Good morning from the First Presbyterian Kitchen. My name is Heath Brosey, and I am the Director of Food Service and Hospitality here for the last year and a half. I thought since we have not been able to get together for brunches and meetings, we thought we would come to you with some simple cooking videos. And today we're going to do a recipe that's a favorite of mine and my household as well, chocolate molten cakes. It's got a little twist. It has a little bit of red wine and some spices. The wine is optional, but it adds a nice flavoring. So we'll get started here. We're going to melt chocolate and butter over a double broiler. Now, one thing you can also do is melt it in the microwave. And if you do that, just make sure you stir a little bit in between about every 30 seconds so you don't burn the chocolate. That's a really good recipe to do. You can make it ahead and put it in the fridge. Store it for a day or two in the fridge and just pop it out for a quick weeknight dinner. Okay, so once that's melted up, we'll add our sugar. One cup of powdered sugar. And stir that up. Now I like to melt it over the double broiler just to kind of get the sugar incorporated. Once that gets pretty smooth, you can take that off and we'll add in the eggs. So we'll take 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. And the yolk just adds a little bit of extra richness. All right, we'll whisk that up and then add that to our chocolate. All right, we'll add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And the optional part, my favorite, 1 teaspoon of red wine. Any red wine will do. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And we'll add that to our chocolate mix. Alright, once that's whisked together, we'll get to all our dry ingredients together. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Okay. Now we'll mix up our dry mix. That's 6 teaspoons of flour. All-purpose flour is fine. Got a little dash of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. Add a little spice to it. Do a quick mix on that. We'll add that to our chocolate mix. And we'll whisk that until it's smooth. And I have here next to me, I have 4 ramekins. Make sure they're oven safe ramekins that have been, you can see they've been buttered. And I dust them with a little bit of cocoa powder because that helps with the presentation when it comes out of the oven. If you use flour, it kind of can add a little bit of raw flour at the end that doesn't taste too good. So you'll pour this into your ramekins. Sometimes it's easier if you use a portion scoop. This will make about 4, or you can make 6 or 7 small ones if you have kiddos. It's a pretty rich dessert, so one is a pretty good serving. Alright, and we'll pop that in the oven at 425 for about 10 minutes. You're looking for the outside to be a little bit set and for it to puff up a little bit, and then start checking maybe around 9 minutes. And it'll kind of depend upon your oven, how hot your oven is when it's done. So we'll pop those in the oven. And we'll see you back in about 8-9 minutes. Okay, so we just took them out of the oven. That was about 10 minutes. They're looking nice and cracked on top, a little puffy, a little bit set up on the outside, but hopefully still molten in the middle. What I like to do once they're out of the oven for a little bit of presentation is you can pop them out onto a plate. So what you can do is kind of score the outside. And then you'll tip that over. We can make that happen. Nice and carefully. And as always, you want to garnish it with the little berries. A little powdered sugar. And there's your molten cake.